Have you ever felt like life keeps beating you down, no matter how hard you fight? Like you're screaming for help, but no one is listening? Have you ever given everything to someone only to be left broken and wondering why you weren't enough? If you've ever felt that pain, if you've ever questioned your worth, if you've ever wondered if things will ever get better, comment 111 right now because I need you to know you are not alone. Life has tested you. It has pushed you to your breaking point. It has given you heartbreak when you needed love, failure when you needed a win, and silence when you needed answers. But let me tell you something. Your pain is not the end of your story. Your struggles are not your identity. Right now, in this moment, you have a choice. You can let life keep dragging you down, or you can stand up, take control, and fight for the future you deserve. It's time to get serious. It's time to get smart. The people who win in life are not the ones who were handed success. They're the ones who refused to stay down. They're the ones who took their pain and turned it into power. They're the ones who stopped making excuses and started making changes. No one is coming to save you. That's a hard truth. But the moment you accept it, everything changes. Too often we wait for someone else to fix our problems. We expect a friend, a mentor, a partner, or even life itself to step in and make things better. But reality doesn't work that way. The only person who can truly change your life is you. The only one who can decide to rise above the pain, push through the struggle, and build something better is the person staring back at you in the mirror. It's easy to blame circumstances, to say life has been unfair, to believe that your hardships are the reason you're stuck. But that belief is what's holding you back. The moment you shift your mindset from, I wish things were different, to, I will make things different, you regain control. You stop feeling powerless and start realizing that you have the ability to shape your future, no matter how broken your past might be. Taking responsibility for your life doesn't mean ignoring the fact that you've been hurt. It doesn't mean pretending that your struggles don't exist. It means deciding that those struggles will not define you. It means looking at your pain and saying, I will not let this break me. I will rise from this. It's about shifting from a victim mentality to a fighter's mentality. Imagine someone drowning in the middle of the ocean, waiting for someone to come and rescue them. They scream, they panic, they look for a boat that never comes. But the moment they stop waiting and start swimming, they give themselves a chance to survive. That's what life is like. If you keep waiting, you will sink. But if you decide to swim, no matter how hard it is, no matter how exhausted you feel, you give yourself a shot at something greater. There was a man who grew up in poverty, raised in a home where opportunity was scarce. He could have accepted his circumstances. He could have blamed the world for his struggles. But instead, he decided to fight for something better. He worked tirelessly, studied endlessly, and refused to give up, even when doors were slammed in his face. Years later, he became a successful entrepreneur, not because life handed him a break, but because he created one for himself. Your future is in your hands. The world doesn't owe you anything, but you owe it to yourself to fight for the life you deserve. So stop waiting, start building, be your own hero. Negativity is a silent poison. It creeps into your mind, your habits, and your environment without you even realizing it. And before you know it, it drains your energy, kills your motivation, and keeps you stuck in the same cycle of self-doubt and frustration. If you want to change your life, the first thing you must do is cut out the negativity. Whether it's toxic people, destructive habits, or even your own limiting beliefs. It starts with the people you surround yourself with. If you're constantly around individuals who complain, make excuses, and doubt your potential, their mindset will rub off on you. You might think you're strong enough to resist it, but negativity is contagious. It feeds on your insecurities and makes you question your own worth. The hard truth is that some people in your life are holding you back, not because they want to, but because they can't see beyond their own limitations. You can't let their fears become your reality. Then there are the habits that slowly destroy your growth. Wasting hours scrolling through negativity online, feeding your mind with self-doubt, procrastinating on your goals. These small actions add up. You might not feel their impact right away, but over time, they steal your time, your energy, and your dreams. The longer you let them stay, the harder it becomes to break free. And then there's the most dangerous kind of negativity, the one inside your own mind. The voice that tells you, you're not good enough. You'll never make it. What if you fail? These thoughts are not facts. They are fears disguised as reality. But if you don't silence them, they will control your life. You have to rewire your mind to focus on what's possible instead of what could go wrong. Think of a garden. If you plant flowers but allow weeds to grow unchecked, the weeds will take over, choking the life out of everything good. Your mind works the same way. If you don't remove the weeds of negativity, they will suffocate your potential. Take the example of a young woman who had big dreams of starting her own business. But every time she shared her vision, people laughed. It's too risky, they said. You're not capable. At first, she believed them. But one day, she made a choice. She cut out the doubters, stopped listening to the negativity, and surrounded herself with people who believed in her. Years later, she built a successful company, not because it was easy, but because she refused to let negativity dictate her future. You have the same choice. Cut out the negativity, protect your energy, guard your mind. Because the moment you do, you create space for growth, success, and the life you truly deserve. Excuses are the enemy of progress. They are the lies we tell ourselves to justify why we haven't started, why we haven't tried harder, or why we're still stuck. Every time you say, I don't have time, I'm not ready, or I'll do it later, you're not protecting yourself. You're holding yourself back. The harsh truth is that as long as you keep making excuses, nothing in your life will change. Growth begins the moment you stop justifying inaction and start taking responsibility. Excuses feel comforting because they give you a reason to stay in your comfort zone. They make failure seem like something outside of your control, but in reality, they are a cage you build around yourself. The longer you stay trapped in excuses, the more powerless you feel. The difference between people who succeed and people who stay stuck is not talent, luck, or intelligence. It's the willingness to take action despite obstacles. Time is the most common excuse, but the truth is we make time for what matters. If something is truly important to you, you will find a way. If it's not, you will find an excuse. Think about the moments when you said you were too busy to exercise, to learn a new skill, or to work on your dreams. But somehow you had time to scroll through your phone, watch TV, or engage in meaningless distractions. It's never about time. It's about priorities. Fear is another major excuse. What if I fail? What if people judge me? These thoughts stop so many people from even trying. But failure isn't the real enemy, regret is. You can fail and learn. You can fail and try again. But if you never start, you'll always wonder what could have been. The pain of regret is far worse than the pain of discipline. Think about a man who always dreamed of writing a book. For years, he told himself he didn't have time. He was busy with work, family, and life's responsibilities, but deep down, he knew the real reason: fear of failure. One day, he realized he had spent more time making excuses than he would have spent actually writing. So he made a choice. He wrote 1 page a day, no matter how tired or busy he was. A year later, he had a finished book. Your dreams don't wait for the perfect moment. The perfect moment is an illusion. The only way forward is to stop making excuses, take control, and start now, because the longer you wait, the harder it becomes. And one day, you'll look back and wish you had started today. Discipline is the bridge between dreams and success. It is the ability to do what needs to be done even when you don't feel like doing it. Motivation is temporary, it comes and goes, but discipline, that is what separates those who achieve from those who only wish. If you rely on feeling inspired, you will never be consistent, but when you commit to discipline, success becomes inevitable. Every great achievement in history was built on discipline. It's not about massive, dramatic actions. It's about the small daily choices that seem insignificant in the moment but determine everything in the long run. Waking up early, staying focused, putting in the effort, saying no to distractions. These things may not feel exciting, but they are the foundation of greatness. Discipline requires sacrifice. You have to give up short-term comfort for long-term success. You have to resist the temptation to quit when things get hard. Most people never reach their potential because they give in to comfort. They want results without the struggle, rewards without the effort. But the truth is, the price of success is discipline, and there are no shortcuts. It's easy to admire disciplined people and think they have some special power that you don't. But discipline is not a personality trait. It's a choice. It's built through action. The more you practice it, the stronger it becomes. You don't wake up disciplined one day. You build it by pushing yourself when you don't want to, by sticking to your commitments when it's hard, and by proving to yourself that you are stronger than your excuses. Imagine an athlete training for the Olympics. Every morning before the sun rises, they are on the track, running, pushing their body to the limit. They don't train only when they feel like it. They don't make excuses when they're tired. They show up every single day because they understand that discipline is the price of greatness. And when the moment of competition arrives, they are ready, not because of talent alone, but because of the years of disciplined effort they put in when no one was watching. Your success will not be determined by how motivated you feel today. It will be determined by the actions you take every day, regardless of how you feel. Discipline is hard, but regret is harder. The question is, are you willing to pay the price now? Or will you pay it later in the form of missed opportunities and unfulfilled potential? The choice is yours. The people you surround yourself with will either push you towards success or pull you away from it. Your environment shapes your mindset, your habits, and ultimately your future. If you are constantly around negativity, doubt, and mediocrity, it will be almost impossible to rise above it. But if you place yourself in an environment of growth, ambition, and discipline, you will naturally elevate. The truth is, success is contagious, but so is failure. Many people fail not because they lack talent or determination, but because they are trapped in the wrong circles. They stay around people who complain instead of act, who make excuses instead of improvements. If you spend time with those who settle for less, you will unconsciously lower your own standards. But if you surround yourself with people who challenge themselves, who think bigger, who refuse to accept limitations, you will be forced to grow. Changing your environment is not always easy. It might mean walking away from old friendships, distancing yourself from negativity, and stepping into the unknown. But if you want to change your life, you must be willing to let go of anything or anyone that holds you back. This does not mean you should abandon people who need your support, but if someone constantly drains your energy, discourages your dreams, or keeps you stuck in bad habits, you must ask yourself, is this relationship helping me grow or keeping me small? The good news is, you don't need to have successful people around you to start improving your environment. Books, podcasts, mentors, and online communities can also serve as powerful influences. If you don't have access to a great circle yet, create one through learning, seeking guidance, and staying connected to people who inspire you, even if it's from a distance. Imagine a young man who dreamed of becoming a successful entrepreneur, but his closest friends laughed at his ambitions. They told him to be realistic and play it safe. For years, he stayed in the same place, afraid to outgrow them. One day, he made a decision. He started networking with people who had already achieved success, reading about great leaders, and investing in his personal development. Slowly, his mindset changed. He started taking action, and before long, he built a thriving business. The only difference? He changed his environment, and his environment changed him. Your future is too important to let the wrong influences shape it. Be intentional about the people and energy you allow into your life. If you want to grow, surround yourself with growth. If you want success, surround yourself with those who strive for it. You become what you are around, so choose wisely. I know you're tired. I know you've been hurt, but listen to me. Your past does not define you. Your pain is not a prison. You have power inside of you that you haven't even tapped into yet. You have strength you don't even realize. And the moment you decide to take control, everything changes. One day, you're going to look back at this moment and you'll realize it was the turning point. The moment you stopped feeling sorry for yourself and started fighting for yourself. The moment you chose to rise. This is your life, your time. Your chance to prove to yourself that you are stronger than anything that has tried to break you. So, get serious, get smart, and show the world who you really are.